Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. We are pleased to be joined by Ashton Crowder, the driver of the #1 Nutrient Ag Solutions for Elliott Sadler Esports. How's it going, man?
It's going pretty good. We're just out here having some good fun, sitting in my chair, doing what we do. How
We
about
do.
you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been I've had a busy day today. So, okay, but a big race tonight for you. Talk about what it is and where it's at.
Yeah, I mean it's was it the eNASCAR Coca-Cola iRacing series? I think I got that right. It's that at Las Vegas. It's really fast. We don't have much tire fall off there, so that's gonna be crazy. Um, but I mean I've only had one race there and I think I finished like 12th. It was like my second race in the series, so yeah. Not feeling too confident about it, but confident enough, and that's the key. So we're real excited.
So, of course, I know you've drove for a lot of teams. Well, we won't get into that today, but we're gonna talk about getting hooked up with Elliott Sadler, of course, who's been a recognizable name in NASCAR over the last few years.
Yeah, I was gonna make a joke about him being some like no name up and comer or something, but we can't pass that one off. But no, Elliott's been great. I had my whole deal last year. That was all sad, but over the off season and my sabbatical, we'll call it. I was just trying to find like a better place to be, find somewhere that's really positive, that's gonna, really lift me up. Like my mom says, she's like, man, you got to get somewhere positive. I was like, you're right. And I looked around and I found Elliott Sadler Esports, like the actual like setup iRacing team. So we have like our teams sectioned off. So like the teams you see on the Coke series are not the teams that are producing performance. It's interesting, but it works out. Um, but then it was really cool because while I was on that team, he was like, "Man, I think it would be cool if we actually had a team in the series. That we can show off, promote, and everything." And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be awesome." And Garrett Maines and myself were really behind that. Everyone on the team was behind it, but especially Garrett and myself. And yeah, now we got a team in the series and we're on it, and yeah, it's super positive, and I love being on it. So yeah, there's not too much more to say. I'm just really happy with it.
So, talk about working with Nutrient Ag Solutions.
Yeah, I mean, huge name. To be honest, I don't know much about that side of things, like the farming side. Like, I'm a city boy. You know what I mean? So I don't have that much knowledge about it, but I know they do a great job, and them supporting me is really awesome, and supporting the team as well. Um, it's really cool to be able to represent a company like that, and yeah, try to give them some good results. We haven't been great so far. I made a huge mistake at Daytona, missed my pit box, and we could have had a chance to win that race actually, but yeah, we ran like kind of 30th at Homestead. But hopefully at Las Vegas and so on, we can give them some good results. But yeah, it's really cool to be able to represent them.
So, as this,
Glad they're on the card.
yeah. So as this series kind of goes along, of course, a lot of people are starting to, pay attention more to iRacing. What is that like for you? Kind of explain what's it like, just racing on the computer and doing all that.
It's really unique. I mean, the guys in real life, they deal with like 130 some degree temperatures sometimes, and like it's really hot. But I mean, my problem is it gets too cold in here because our my AC that's up there to my right, and that whole deal isn't really set up properly, so it gets quite cold in here. So it's a bit opposite of what they do in real life. But that aspect's really different. We don't feel G forces. We don't have like any feeling at all. So it's just, I mean, it's almost like you're not even driving a car sometimes. It's really bizarre. It's pretty much completely off of just understanding what the car is going to do before it happens, and just like with your eyes and ears. Actually, I'm starting to go a little bit deaf. How loud I have my sound on sometimes. That's not good. I need to get out of that. But yeah, it's really cool though, because you get the competition that you get in real life, but you don't have to spend millions of dollars to do it, which I think is the probably the most redeeming factor, or biggest redeeming factor about it. It's really cheap. I mean, you pay, I would say yearly. once you get all the content and stuff, you probably pay like $100, $200 for like sessions and everything like that. But I mean, you could be paying $200 a day for whatever. So it's yeah, I mean, the cost gap is crazy compared to real life, but it's really cool to be a part of, that's for sure.
Yeah. So, you're just 18 years old, and what's it like, to just, because I know it's a wide age ranging of drivers that are in this series. So like to be considered, kind of the young guys in the series.
It's pretty cool. So we didn't have a media day this year because of COVID. That was really sad. But last year when we had the media day, you got to really be around, you got to be around everybody and see like how old they are, how tall or short they are. That was really fun because I'm 6'1", so I was like, I wonder how many people are taller than me. And I got paired up with Brad Davies. He's like 6'6". So I was way out of my element, man. I felt like I was with LeBron James. But but yeah, it's I don't know, it's pretty interesting. You would figure that a lot of the people in the series would be super young, but they're not. It's a lot of established guys who have been here for quite a long time, but just really know what they're doing. And I think that makes it even more difficult because you can't force people into mistakes because they've been through the whole process, too many times to count. But yeah, it's interesting. You have a little bit more of a spotlight on you, so you can't make as many mistakes, but it definitely is fun.
Okay, Vegas tonight. What do you think? What do you got to do to get it done?
So there's a few ways we can go about this. We can one wreck everybody to win. I did that in a league race once at Las Vegas. It was like an all-star race, and we just all started wrecking each other. So we're not gonna do that. I'd get kicked out of the series before we got to the finish line. Um, but overall, it's just gonna be about limiting mistakes, really trying to not make any. Being great on pit road, being great on the track, just having the car to do it. That's the one thing that I've been struggling on. I pretty much build my own cars, um, go through that whole engineering process. Um, so I just have to do a better job of figuring out the solutions before we get to the virtual racetrack, and yeah, just having it all together and be fast. I mean, that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. I mean, William Byron won at Homestead this week, and he wouldn't have won if he didn't have one of the fastest cars. Even if he was just put up there, he would have gone past. So it's really what it comes down to, I think.
All right, Ashton Crowder, we thank you so much for taking the few minutes, and good luck tonight at Vegas.
I appreciate it, Casey. Thank you.